Keep the girls in the car.
Stay in the car, okay? Just stay in the car.
What?
Diabolo? Okay, what's he saying?
Diabolo means devil.
Idris Elba, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm good, Rory. How are you?
I'm really, really good. Such a pleasure to talk to you again. First of all, what was your very first day on set for this? Like, did they ease you in with a nice, easy scene, or was it right down to the deep end?
It's a great question. I don't actually remember the first day. We did lots of rehearsals and training and, reading before we got to shooting. And so my first day there was really sort of just, getting to understand who I was working with, doing introductions, reading the scripts, getting a sense from Baltazar, our director, of how he wants to run his set, what kind of work ethic he's looking for. That was the sort of first day. It was kind of exploratory.
Well, I was chatting to Baltazar and to Will and to Charlotte, and they all said that the premiere went down fantastically well last night. And I cannot wait to see this again with a packed audience to experience those kind of jumps with everyone. I think it will go down as one of the best scary movies of the year. So that's great. But
that's good news.
For yourself, Idris, what is your favorite scary movie of all time?
My favorite scary movie of all time is probably The Shining. That's up there, man. It freaks me out. I know it is good because I want to go back to it to see if it freaks me out again as I get older. And it still does.
No, it definitely still does. And I was mentioned to Balthazar that I noticed some Shining elements in this, like where the camera is tracking, following you around. It was reminding me of Inside the Overlook. It was some gorgeous long shots. Wow. And aside from that, obviously you've got some Jaws elements because it's man versus nature, a particular animal. But did you discuss either for your character or for this film any particular references or touch points for things you wanted to go towards?
Well, we didn't necessarily pinpoint on one film. I was really keen not to create an action figure, which is a bit difficult because, one wants, to look heroic as an actor, the ego kicks in. You want to look like a guy that's ready to go. But, the truth is this is a man that can't fight. It doesn't, he's not particularly aggressive. He's a doting father, probably mourning. He doesn't know hold a gun well. He doesn't look sexy. I mean, these are all things that, in the trope version of this film, I would be handsome and, there would be no real deterioration of my character or my emotional state. But in this film, he breaks down even further. And so what we did is just really sort of pinpoint, those moments that are anti-hero and then push them towards what's the real person going to go through.
And was there a particular day on set or a particular scene that proved challenging? Because even watching it, I was like, oh goodness, they have to spend so much time cramped in this one location inside each personal space, and and then it's the heat and it's everything. So was there one particular day or scene for you where right, this is the tricky day? There
were quite a few. The scenes in the car actually were a lot more gentle and nicer for us actually, because it's close proximity with my two girls, and although the drama being up or down, the energy of us working together was great. The fight sequence at the end was a sort of 3 or 4 day grueling sequence in varying weather conditions and, quite frankly, just sort of an endurance test because, Bolt wanted a complete camera fluid moment from the time I run out to, being saved by the other 2 lions. No spoiler. But this is, a long, arduous sort of sequence that was really challenging for us, all of us.
Oh, it looked tremendous. It reminded me, if anything, of that scene from The Revenant where it's tough to watch, but you can't almost take your eyes away from it as well. It was done fantastically well.
Thank you, man. We would definitely reference The Reverence as an impeccable way to look at man versus nature in a way that hadn't been seen before.
Fantastic. Idris, thank you so much for your time today.
Cheers, Rory.
Don't move, okay?